I've been snow bashing with the LMT 2, and let me tell you, this thing is a lot of fun in the snow. In fact, it's a lot of fun not even in the snow. This has got to be one of my favourite trucks that I have here in the garage. It's not the fastest, it's not the most durable, it's not even the most capable, but there is just something about this LMT 2 that makes me happy. As you may remember, in the last video we did break a stub axle, so let me get you closer to it and we'll talk about some upgrades. So my LMT, let me put you on wide, is now upgraded with GPM stub axles, along with everything else that went on this. So the Vitavon axles are amazing, they do add weight down low, it does make it handle better. Are they necessary? Probably not. I mean, I never broke a stock axle. So you could stay with the stock axles, just get the Vitavon knuckles, and then I think GPM do some C-hubs that bolt onto the end of the stock axle. And I think with that setup, you'd be pretty solid. Stock axle, GPM C-hub there, and then the Vitavon knuckles. I think you'd be laughing, along with then Vitavon links, upper and lower. The central transmission case is Vitavon and all aluminium. Again, is it necessary? Probably not, but I liked it and it looks good, so it had to go in. I think the necessary upgrades for this are the links, either Vitavon or GPM, the steering knuckles, again, Vitavon or GPM. You can stay with stock axles. I mean, if I would recommend, if you can get hold of them and you want them, definitely go with these Vitavon aluminium ones because they look amazing. They're not going to break. And they do make the truck better, but you don't necessarily need them. What I was breaking is the stub axles. I broke one in the rear and one in the front. I've gone with the GPM ones. And the reason for that is they are solid. Let me show you in a video that I recorded before installing them on the truck. Here is the difference between the stock stub axle and a GPM stub axle. Actually, this is quite a good idea, I think. It is definitely going to be stronger. Hopefully it's going to last a bit longer. The shafts and everything all seem the same size. They fit in the stock bearings. The difference being is this is the stock hex with this grub screw that's a pin, and that goes through that hole there, which it makes this shaft then a weak point, and that's where this one broke, right on the hole. So that's the other stock one with a hole in it, and that's probably where it's going to break again. The GPM one doesn't have that hole. These come with their own hexes, and you get a 17 and what I'm guessing is a 14. For the LMT, of course, I'm going to use the 17. They provide the hex and they provide the grub screws, and then it just locks down onto that flat. So I think this is going to work better than that. So that's the upgrades explained. Those GPM stub axles do seem better purely because they're solid and they haven't got a hole in them. Time will tell. They didn't break on this bash. Spoiler alert, nothing actually broke. But we do have loads of fun. So come and join me as we take this out in the snow and we give it a good bash.
Do you think I'm crazy? I've done all this before.
we are back in the garage. Epic snow bash, had to get out. It snows not very often here in the UK properly. And when it does, it seems that everything comes to a standstill. We're not equipped to cope with snow. So when the snow hits, everyone just goes nuts. Nothing happens. There's no buses. There's no trains. People can't get to work. Unless you've got a proper set-up 4x4, you ain't going anywhere. Unless you've got RC cars. And then you can go and play at the pump track knowing that there's going to be no bikes there because they don't ride in the snow either. Anyway, quick damage report. No damage. It took everything. No damage at all on it. So really happy about that. And overall, I'm really happy with the LMT. As I pointed out before, yes, I've gone a bit mad with all the upgrades on this. Aluminium axles and gearbox, transmission, everything else. Does it need it? No, not all of this. I think the things that you need, definitely these GPM stub axles, the Vitivon steering knuckles. GPM do these C blocks, caster blocks, that fit onto a stock axle. I think that's all you'd need. As I said before, if you can get these upgraded axles, go for it. But don't feel that you have to. I don't think they're necessary. They're more of a want than a need. The needs on this truck are stub axles, steering, C-block, links. And that's it really. This really doesn't need a lot. Just those steering components on the end of the axle and the links. That's about all I've ever broke. Oh, and the stub axles. Apart from that, this thing is epic. I do hope you've enjoyed my snow bash with the LMT. If you have, please do remember, subscribe if you're not. Bash that bell and catch me in another video. Goodbye.